All right, so on your screen, you'll see our test client. Of course, this is not somebody's real information. This is just for the testing purposes and the training purposes. So we are going to pretend that this client came in today and did a diversion tool with the outreach office, okay? So I'm going to walk you through all of the pieces of how I put them in, and then I'll show you how to put them on the wait list, okay? So when we get a diversion in from the outreach office, I go ahead and go in, pull up the client if they've already been in the system, and then I double check and make sure all the information is entered correctly. For the Herba folks, I will also put their phone number in here for you so you guys have access to that when you pull up the screen. If they've been a previous client before, then I will put a note in here that says that they've completed a new diversion tool, just so that you're aware. If it's a new client, I don't necessarily put a note in there every time, so you'll just have to look in there and see if there's a diversion tool in there to get some more information. Then we would go to add file attachment. That's where I'm going to include the diversion tool, any paperwork that the outreach office may have sent in with this client. So we'll add that there. Then I also go over here to the summary screen. I check the release of information. I put that information in if it's been filled out. We also then go to, I click down here for outstanding outgoing referrals. So I would click add a referral, and we're going to pretend that this client is currently sleeping in a vehicle. So he's literally homeless, okay? So then from there, I would go down and click the homeless related coordinated entry because this client is literally homeless. I'm going to click add terms. And then I'm going to scroll down here to find our coordinated entry project, okay? And as you guys know, there are three different projects for the three different regions. We've got the Western, the Central, and the Eastern. So for this client, let's say he's in Cumberland County, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click this Eastern Region coordinated entry, the plus next to it, and that's going to add him into that selected providers right here. And then I'm going to go down here to the referral date section. So this is what's going to pop up the client on your call list at the top, okay? For the Herba case managers who utilize that. For any other staff who may want to use that, let me know. I can kind of talk you through that process as well. So the needs referral date is going to be the date that you've put in this referral, okay? The projected follow-up date, we call them within 3 days. So usually I'll put this as a 2-day follow-up, so then it gives you an extra day to make sure they get called, okay? So if this client came in today, we would put him as the 28th for his follow-up. Then I'm going to go down here and search follow-up user. So the first section here is what I'm EDAing as, entering data as currently. So I'm going to actually want to use an Herba provider since it's in Cumberland. I would actually be sending this to Shelly or Tammy at this point. Shelly, I believe, is Cumberland right now currently. But anyway, so I would go through here and I would find that agency. So there's Herba. So I'm going to push the plus sign right there. And then all of Herba's providers are going to pop up right here. Okay. So then I would go down and click Shelly, for instance. And then I'm going to go down here and click Save All. Okay, so that will pop up the client for a referral right here. Okay, you'll see it, and to see all the service stuff, the service history, you can click that, and that pulls up all the different types of referrals that they've had completed on them. We also take it a step further in the Eastern region because we have so many counties and we want to track that by county. I go back in here I find the referral I just made, and on this need, I'm going to click the pencil sign right here, and I'm going to put in the county. That helps it pop up easier on the wait list when we pull that, okay? Then you click save and exit. And so that would be how you would just enter them into the homeless wait list, right? So that's the part on my side. So when you as a case manager go in, so say now I'm going to pretend that I'm Shelly, right? I'm going to go into this client today, say that I talked to him. Yes, he is homeless, and yes, we need to add him to the wait list. Okay. So then I'm going to go back into my service history and I'm going to find my referral that they had sent to me that I had sent to her. You're going to click on the pencil. And then you're going to go down here where it says referral outcome. Okay, so this is what's going to actually put them on the wait list. So this is a very important step. Referral outcome is going to be accepted on wait list. This is how they get pulled over to the wait list. Okay, so you're going to click that. And then you can adjust it if you're going to follow up with them in a certain number of time next time. And then you can click save and exit. Okay, so now this client is on the homeless wait list. All right, so now we're gonna say that, oops, nope, we made a mistake. Maybe this client's situation changed, and he actually needs homeless prevention assistance. And we need to close out this referral and put him on the prevention wait list. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna close out the referral. So we're gonna go back into our service history here, and I'm gonna click on referral. Okay, and now instead of accepted on waitlist, I'm gonna change this to, we'll say, canceled. And we're gonna say he's not eligible for homeless assistance because he's gonna be we're gonna put him on the prevention wait list, right? So then I'm actually gonna put that follow-up was made, say that I go ahead and I finished that follow-up, I completed it. Then you also need to scroll down here to need status and outcome, okay? If you don't close him out in both spots, it will keep him open in the system. So you'll scroll down here to need status. And so for that, we're gonna say closed. And an outcome of need is not met because he was not eligible, right? Because he doesn't qualify for homeless for the coordinated entry program because he needs prevention. Okay, so after you've double checked that your outcome up here is canceled and it's closed down here, you're going to click save and exit. Okay, and now I need to add him to the prevention waitlist, right? Because that's the one that he really needed to be on. So then I'm going to go into referrals and I'm going to click add a referral. And I'm going to click prevention, add terms. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find the prevention wait list. And I'm going to do the same steps that I just did. If I'm going to follow up on the 28th or whatever day that I've decided that I need followed up with as the case manager, that's kind of up to you guys with different circumstances. Then I'm going to find Herba. And then I'm going to set it to myself. There's that. And then I'm going to click save and exit. And then make sure you go back in and add in the county so that we know where it was. Okay. One thing I do want to mention when you're doing a referral like this is to only have the head of household selected. So in here, when it gives you the option, let me see, let me show you. I'll just add another thick one to show you. Here at the top where it says household members, for the referral process, you only want the head of household to be on the wait list, right? We don't want every single household member to pull onto that. So you're going to make sure that there's only one box checked here, okay? If for some reason, if everything is checked like that, you're going to unclick this top one right here and then it'll just have the head of household, okay? We only want the head of household referred for that. If for some reason, so say that we accidentally had the whole household checked and we went through and I didn't realize it until the end. Let me show you guys how you can adjust that. Okay. So we're gonna say on this referral, I'm like, oops, I accidentally had the entire household referred, and I need to change that. So I'm gonna go back into referral. I'm gonna edit it, push that pencil, and then you can actually unclick the household members that don't need to be added on there. And then you would just save and exit. Okay. What questions do you guys have on that? Is there any questions? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.